return to the classics.
Outside is cold and bright, but when you take a breath, you'll inhale the sunlight and exhale the rest. We give up ourselves until love leaves a bruise. Invest in some chain mail to withstand abuse. But what if love is more than just the sum of what it cost? You yearn for the part of yourself you thought you'd lost. We're all older than we used to be, and closer to the ground beneath. Maybe we've got all the time to grow. Maybe we've got all the time, and maybe we don't know. In spite of our failures, the lines twist and curve to regrow the branches the night has disturbed. But when we wake, we'll take the shape of something free and bold, and rest in the shade where the new grease the old. We're all older than
Hello, beautiful beans. Hi, potato. Khan is right behind my head. We'll see if he settles in. You have your tortilla back there. You want me to move it so that it's closer so that you can watch my face? Is that the situation here? Oh, he just hit me in the face with his tail. Oh yeah, you want some more comfies over here. I get it here. You can have your little tortilla. There you go. I will give you some pets while you settle in. Yeah. And then you can sit like people up against that pillow. And then you'll be super comfy. And then maybe you'll leave me alone for 5 seconds. I know that is not the case. Stop hitting me in the face with your tail, Bubba. Hi, everyone. Oh, that's way darker than it looked on the test. I don't know that that's really much better. It will probably be better once I move this box. Yeah, I'm not feeling great today. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what I undiagnosed bullshit I have, but I'm definitely in a flare-up right now, and it's not fun. But it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It'll be fine. But first and foremost, I have a Kickstarter package that just arrived today that I can open, which I got a shipping notification for this, but the person who ran it used like their legal name instead of their username. That like their legal name wasn't attached to anything where I Kickstarted it that I saw, so I did not know what was happening. But it's here now, which is great. This is from Esky Works, who does furry art and some other stuff, but they did a really cute little Kickstarter a while back for some little bumblebee cats. So that should be these. I'm guessing that's Grim. Hello. Yep. Hi, Grim. Hi, Alma. I also think that I ordered stickers with this, but it doesn't look like they're in here. I might... Or are they in this? No. Sure. Okay, I might need to message the person. I know that they got... Because of all the, like, tariffs and all other nonsense, stuff for this got really complicated real quick. Okay, I will do stretchy, and then I will show you guys these little pins. I do stretchy. I do a hydrate.
Oh my God, why can't you just take the freaking compliment?
I do hams. There's also a cat behind my head for anybody who missed that. He was smacking me in the face with his tail a little bit ago, but I think we've settled in. No, we haven't settled in. You need to go inspect other stuff? Okay. Oh, is it the box that you need to inspect, Bubba? That's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that person has pets or not, but that box seems very interesting to you. It's not big enough for you to go into. He's been, like, a little restless today, and I think maybe that's just because I've been moving around a lot. Because I've been working. Okay, I did all the stretchy things. I need to say something nice about myself. Oh, you know what? I will say that I give good gifts, which I've said before, but this one is a specific thing. So my brother, for those who don't know, is going back to college for accounting. And he's doing like a lot of stuff because he's always doing a lot of stuff. So he works at his church first off. So that's a whole thing. And then he's doing a full course load. And he's doing accounting tutoring. And he's doing the accounting club. And he's on the board. So he's like neck deep in work all the time. And so and he's been using a Pomodoro timer to do his homework and stuff, which I also use. But I've been using Spirit City for mine because it has like cute little guys in it. And you know me, I love my cute little guys. And it was on sale, so I got that for my brother last night so that he could start using that too. Because it has like cool lo-fi music and stuff in it that you can do. And you can set up like various white noises that they have. And you get a little guy. So I find it very helpful because like it kind of feels like body doubling to a point because you've got your little digital person that is working while you are also working. But yeah, I gifted that to my brother last night so that he could use it while he was doing his homeworks. So I am a considerate and thoughtful gift giver. That is my compliment for myself. And then we will look at all of these pins. I bought more of these than I probably should have, but I'm gonna have some space on my pin backpack because there's some that I'm gonna take off because of reasons. I don't need to get into it on stream. But I bought a fair number of these. So they're little kitty bumblebees, and they've got pride colors. So this is the like classic rainbow one. And there were other flags to like unlock as we were going through. God, these bags are so small. How does one open? Like, I even have fingernails and I'm having trouble opening these. There we go. Hi, stars. And then this one is the genderqueer bee, which is one of my flags. I have a bisexual one in here. Oh, here's the arrow one. Did I actually get that one? I don't know that I did. Because I think I got ace and not that one. So I think I may need to message this person because I think I'm missing stuff and that isn't the one that I asked for. Because I think I got ace for my brother. Hey, Cat! But then this is like the regular one, so it's not pride colors, it's just a little kitten bee. God, these bags are so messed up and hard to open. Hi, RN! Good to see you. Hi, everyone. How we doing? But this is just like the plain kitten bee. This one is for Nerdling Cap's daughter. Hi, Dievra. And then I got the bi pride one for Cat, obviously. And then I think this one is supposed to be arrow and not ace. I'll need to double check what I ordered. Yeah, little kitten bees. These are by Eski Works. ESKI Works. There was a Kickstarter a while back for these, and I'm pretty sure I also ordered stickers that are not in this container. Or maybe I'm misremembering, which is also a possibility. Yeah, I got stickers. And I'm also missing one of the bees. So I did get asexual and not arrow. So I'm going to need to message them. Which is great. Love that for me. I'm going to write that on my to-do list before I forget. Ooh, shawarma. Fancy. Thank you, stars. Eski Works is also on Tumblr, for folks who don't know. And on Blue Sky, I believe. But same username everywhere, so they're pretty easy to find. Let me put this up here. BP! Hi. Because there may have been like an update I missed or something. But I also got 2 sets of stickers and stuff. So I won't take this one out of the bag because that's not mine. I shouldn't have that. If I get to keep it, then I'll probably try to send it to Al, whose birthday it is today. So if you guys see Al, say happy birthday. Oh, and also, I know stars won't. I'm gonna put that back. No, I think putting that back in the box is a bad idea. This can go over here for now. Also, Stars' birthday is on Thursday. I'm gonna give Stars a shout out because I know Stars won't do it for herself because it makes her feel awkward. Oh, is my bot not live? I think perhaps my bot is not live at the moment. I can fix that. That's easy peasy. What's up, Bubba? You want so many pets, huh? I feel like I haven't eaten like proper rice in a while. Maybe I should make myself rice this week. I was thinking about making fried rice a while back, and then I never did it. But we have like a lot of tofu that I can probably use. So that would be a good idea. I do make a pretty mean fried rice. It is white girl fried rice, but it's still pretty good. I do spice it up a fair amount. You want to actually load the page, buddy? That would be great. Yeah, I don't know why it deactivated itself, but there we go. That should be actually there now. There we go. Yeah, so Stars' birthday is on Thursday, and Stars is doing some special birthday stuff. So you should go hang out with Stars on Thursday morning. Well, morning for me. It's not morning for like anybody else. But Stars usually starts like the same time I do on, well, a half hour earlier than I do on Wednesdays on Thursday. So it'll be good. Look, it's the A-Row. Hi, Shani. Good. Consume your foods, Potato. I'm proud of you for eating real food. Okay. Do I have other things to say? I don't know. Thank you, Shani. I did get some work done this morning, which is good. I always have more work to do, but you know. Trans. I think the trans flag, like the trans flag is just pretty, but I think it's particularly pretty as a snom. Because I feel like it's good icy colors, you know? Yeah, excellent. Do I have anything on here that can like, no. Oh, and I also did that. I can check that off. Boop. Okay. My brain hurts. So I did mention, and more people are in here now, but whatever undiagnosed immuno disorder I have is in a flare-up, so I'm like not feeling 100, so I might need to like pop off pretty quick. In case my stomach explodes, because that's kind of where we're at today. But I want to at least finish the banana slug, and that will happen.
You're doing amazing.
Because I demand it. I'll live. It gets worse with like my hormone cycle, which was also why I was feeling kind of crap last week. So I know how to deal with it, and like it's fine. But also, can you not CC my body, you know? So luckily, I'm like, since I'm self-employed, it really isn't that big of a deal overall, but it does still mean that I feel kind of crummy sometimes. But thank you. I also need to erase the lines off of these. Except there is a line that I need to keep on the cicada, because he's going to have a little blushy. But the blush isn't going to be like actually on him. It's going to be like an aura blush. So yeah, I got these all inked over the past couple days. So we have a blushing cicada coming out of its dead shell, so it's molting, which I'm really pleased with this one, honestly. I just think it's really cute. I will do a hydrate. And I will do a stretchy. We also have a bagworm that is kind of like Baba Yaga house vibes. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, ravioli sounds really good. I haven't had like Italian food in a long time. Actually, we don't have very many good Italian places.
How you doing, little mama? Let me whisper in your
Hi. So we've got bagworm Baba Yaga, which this is the only bug. Yeah, Baba Yaga. Perfect. Love that. This is the only kind of bug that I actually doubled up on so far in the packs, because technically a bagworm is a caterpillar, and we did already do another caterpillar. We did one last month, our punk caterpillar. So this is the only one I think that I'm doubling up on. Everything else is different. But But it's got worm in its name, so it's a worm, right? It's different. It doesn't count. Also, it's my collection and I make the rules. And then we also have a little stick bug, because one of the like rare ones is going to be get stick bugged. Except I thought like the get stick bug meme kind of had the ragtime frog vibes, you know, hello my baby, hello my honey, right? That frog. So I kind of gave him a little top hat and a little cane. So he's giving you the Riz, the old school Riz. Because I wasn't sure what I was really going to do for this one. Because, like, just doing Get Stick Bug felt boring, especially in comparison to the other ones I've been doing. And then I was, like, sitting and looking at it and just staring at the Get Stick Bug video for, like, a really concerning amount of time. Hi, Dimey! And then it popped into my head. Which is kind of just, like, how the... Yeah, vaudeville, kind of. But specifically the ragtime thing, because the frog is basically called Ragtime Frog. He does actually have a name that I do not remember, even though I looked it up recently. But you know, and I didn't erase my pencil lines because I was like, I can do it out here. So Michigan J Frog. That makes sense. But yeah, so I'm not sure which one we're going to start with after we finish the banana slug, the banana. Because for the inking, I did most complicated to least complicated. Because I've mentioned this before, but I always like front loading my work. So I will do the most difficult thing first, because then everything else after that is easy. But I'm not sure which one. You guys might vote on which one we do next, honestly. Because they're all for this month's color. Slugtassium. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to run Leon, which is a little bit of a loud noise. But not a crazy loud noise, so I'm warning you. I'm giving you some warning before I turn on our sun. Okay? So there's going to be a loud noise in a second. So if you have headphones on that are really loud, you should, like, not listen to this for a second, okay? Okay, here we go. I know he's not like crazy loud, but I still want to warn you. Yes, our beautiful son Leon, who is trans. I don't know where I put his strap on, but it's around here somewhere. And if you know, you know. It's kind of rude of me to lose his dick, though. Yeah, we love and support Leon. Chat did name him. I think Shawnee specifically chose Leon, I'm pretty sure. But when you turn him on, he has little lights that turn on for his eyes. You can kind of see if I cover the other light. See? And he's very useful. I have emptied him twice now. And he was so full of eraser gunk. He's so helpful. Here, Leon, you can go back over on your little perch. Okay. Banana slug. Yeah, we love Leon. And Cap got that for me for my birthday. Not this year, but previous year. Which is why it is specifically our son. Okay, reference image would be helpful at some point in this process. I also think I will take a screenshot of this. Okay. Hi, Blib! What are you crunching over there, buddy? Oh, that's Greg's paper. That's fine. Where is my reference image? It's here somewhere. Here we go. Okay. Are you gonna settle in now? Your eyes say no. Your eyes say no, you're not gonna settle in. You're gonna act like a crazy boy still. Which is allowed. That's fine. He was helping me because I mentioned a while back that I stamp my stickers on the back so that people know where the sticker came from. Because whenever I get stickers from other people, I write who it's by on the back. So I was stamping more of my previous sticker stock today because I need to get all of like my back stock stamped. And he was sitting there helping. And by helping, I mean flipping his tail back and forth over the ink. And smudging it a little bit and sending some stickers flying. He's a great body double. Is that gonna play? Did it play and I just didn't hear it because I was talking? I don't know. Also, I will say that this is the sticker for my sticker club for September. So if you wanted to have a sparkly moist eggplant of your very own. Okay, I might need to turn those up then. You can join my sticker club tier on Patreon, which is $5 USD a month, and you get a little sticker mailed to you that is exclusive. It won't be in my shop for at least a month. And if we go based off of how I've been doing that this year, they will be exclusive for the entire year until I get my shit together at the end of the year to add the ones that I wanted to add to my shop So you get a lot of exclusivity, even more than I promised. Because it be like that, man. It's been a big year for me. Can we talk about that for a second? Like, yes, I'm still working and I'm still doing all my Patreon stuff and blah, 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 blah. But I had major surgery and also traveled out of the country for the first time this year. Just saying. And also we have a new cat, which is big. We haven't had a cat in the house for a long time. Which we're going to be keeping the cat for a while. Because his mom is having some stuff going on. You have hair in your mouth. You have chest hair in your mouth, Bubba. Yeah, I've been trucking. I also got a new printer. With the help of y'all. What? I'm already petting you. Why are you grabbing my hand? So that's more stuff that I'm going to be doing. Yeah, for sure. Can I have my hand back, please? Thank you. What? Apparently, I cannot have my hand back. What, Papa? Are you trying to pet me back? Is that what's happening right now? What is going on with you? Can I be done now? Thank you. He's been a little attention whore. I've let him sleep in my room a couple times in the past week. Like I'll just keep my door cracked so he can get in. If he wants to. And now he's spoiled as fuck. And so if my door is closed when I go to bed, he like starts scratching at it and meowing and acting like he's being shot. And tortured. He's such a needy little boy, but we love him. Yeah, you're needy. You can't glare at me for that, it's true. And I mean, me too. We can just admit it. Yeah? No, you don't want to admit it. Okay. You're not there yet. But yeah, so, because he has been sleeping in my brother's room, but he gets a little crazy sometimes. And he is very attached to me, so he comes and hangs out in my room most of the time. Like, if that's an option, he'll come and hang out with me. But he decided the other night that if he just didn't leave my room before I was asleep, then I couldn't kick him out of my room. And I was planning on leaving the door open that night anyway, so it did work, kind of. But... Okay. I did ink these banana spots because I forgot to put spots on this part of the peel before, which is our secret chat. Then we were working on texture in here. I recall. And I wanted a higher highlight on this area, which I don't know what it's called. We were also working on shading the mantle. I also recall that. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, okay, so I don't have a proper desk, which if you've been here for a while, you know that I am streaming off of a coffee table in the middle of the living room. So I mostly like work off of my bed. Like I have a little lap desk for my laptop, and that's where I'm hanging out like all the time. So Con will jump up there and just sleep on the other side of the bed while I'm working a lot of the time, which is fine. That's great. And sometimes he will step all over everything I'm working on because he is a cat, you know. I was getting a paper towel. That's what I was doing. So yeah, bed is allowed, but stepping on my head while I'm trying to sleep is not allowed. So if he starts doing that, he gets booted. Thank you. Rainbow also said that the inside of the peel looked really good. And I'm like, it's one of those things where like, sometimes when you watch artists do stuff, you're just like, okay, but that's just random blobs of color. How did you make it look like anything? And that's 100% what this felt like. I was just making random blobs of color and it worked out. I'm like, okay, sure. Which isn't to like discount that, you know, it takes talent and practice to do that. But it's one of those things where you're like, oh wait, I did the thing that always like baffles me. Okay, now we have a little bit too harsh of a line here, so I'm smoothing it out a little bit. That's better. Thank you. We also need to shade the mantle. I think I was just gonna do warm gray for that. Yeah, they have like a very distinct ridge down the back, which also I purposefully matched it up with the like corner of the banana peel. Because it felt like a good continuation to make them feel a little bit more connected. Because I will say, I guess the way to say this is because banana slugs do not actually come in a banana peel. They look a little bit disconnected. So I lined up the spots here too on the banana peel and the banana slug itself, just to try and like connect them a little bit more. To make this side less dark, because that's where we've decided the light is coming from. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, as an artist and... I don't know how to say this. And a weird bitch? I don't know. I very much add details into stuff. I guess as an overthinker is maybe more accurate. I definitely put a lot of details and thought into stuff that like nobody will ever notice if I don't say it. And I do think that is an artist thing. I also think it's a neurodivergent thing. Oh, great. Thank you, Fugi. I was wondering if Fugi was going to break, and the answer is yes. They've been messing with stuff behind the scenes, and it's very clear that they have been doing that. Let me Because I checked it when I started up and it was like, oh, I'm fine. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to trust you and close the tab. And that was clearly a mistake. Because, yeah, it does. Yeah, okay. Fugi says internal server error, so we might just not have a real Fugi today. We'll see. I could just do without a tuber today, honestly. You guys would get to see more of the table. So let me see if I can get this working. I don't know what Fugi has been doing in the background, but they really fucked shit up. Because it broke during when Sleepy and BP were streaming together over the weekend. And it definitely has not been fixed. So I don't know what they're doing with the background code, but it's real fucked up. Yeah, that's not gonna load. Okay, we're just gonna say that I'm a disembodied voice today, I think. There you go, I disappear. And we'll see if Fugi ever gets its shit together. Yeah. It's been a bit of a nightmare the past few days. And maybe they've said what they're doing somewhere, but I haven't heard anything about it other than just watching stuff break. I want to hear about that, Shawnee. What are you talking about? Of course I want to hear about that. I don't know if Fugi's like announced what they were doing or not, but like the homepage changed and now everything is broken. Which like I feel like isn't a great choice in general. Without warning anybody what's going to happen. But you know, I'm not in charge of anything, so. I was going to do that, but I should actually let that dry first. I do think I should deepen up the banana peel bruises a little bit. Yeah, exactly. And I have done coding before, and I know that if you try to fix one thing, it breaks 30,000 other things that you didn't even know could break. And like that's just the way it works. But usually what you do for that is you do like a background test first before you push the update. And I don't think that's what happened. So, yeah, pretty much. Like, if it works, just leave it alone. But I don't know what they're trying to add that would break something that much. Because what was breaking on when I saw Sleepy, too, was that just like mine, where I had a different tuber set, and then it defaulted to my Discord profile image. I'm wondering if they're adding like some sort of thing where you can, through Fugi, you can like use channel points to change the tuber that the streamer is using or something. Because it must be something with like how the default works of which one you've chosen, I feel like. Otherwise that wouldn't be an issue, but I also don't really know. So we'll see. Yeah, exactly. Once one thing breaks in code, you have to go through literally everything. And it's a nightmare. And is also just in general why AI doesn't really work for coding. You can get a basis from AI, but you still need to go through and figure it out yourself. I think I wanted to mix this with like a little bit of green for the... Oh, that's nice. That means I can save the if you see this post a blah blah artist things instead of doing it immediately before I lose it. Okay. I just added a little bit of green to this. And then I'll add some more orangey tones to it when we put the bruises on the actual slug so that they are similar but a little bit different. So true, Shawnee. So true. Which is also why it can't be a good therapist, honestly. I mean, among other reasons, but a therapist is really just a well-paid rubber duck a lot of the time. Oh, I also need to write on my list to up the alert sounds. That was the other thing I needed to do. Because they are a bit quieter today than they have been, I think. I'm gonna add some of that color to the bananas here, which is a term we coined last time, I think. Yeah, I know. And that's the problem with sans serif fonts, honestly. Okay. I do think I want to add a little bit more texture to the body of the slug because it does, in my reference image, have like kind of a combed look to it, I guess. What you growling about? You've got chest hair in your mouth again. Ew. Let me fix. I know you have luscious chest hair, but you don't need to eat it. How do I want to do that? That's the next question. And I think just some of this. A little bit of orange, perhaps. I don't need to be super specific about it where the spots are because those are going to get covered up. Hi, Rainbow! Thank you, Shani. I don't know why it still feels like the weekend to me. Probably because Stars didn't stream this morning, honestly. Because Rainbow will be streaming later today, everybody. Just in case you didn't know. And if I'm not completely fried, I will be hanging out there. We'll see, though. I wish I could do clipping masks in real life. I need clipping masks. She's my wife. Thank you. Yeah, if you aren't already following Rainbow, you should go follow Rainbow. Although, if you hang out here, you probably already know who Rainbow is. Because we raid Rainbow, like, at least once a week. Right, I love Clipping Mask. She's my beautiful wife, and I miss her. Okay. What else? I know that we will be adding white ink after the end of it. Well, yeah, that's because I looked into it for you, Cap, and that's because the art program you use makes it a nightmare to use a clipping mask. In mine, it's super easy. There's just a little button I click. In yours, you have to do like 35,000 steps to get there. I recall. Okay. What else? What else? I feel like I'm forgetting stuff that I wanted to do. But yeah, it's like the gate kept clipping mask. I don't know that I have anything else important to say. Many times there are things that I should say about business stuff, but I don't think that I have anything right now. I have stuff on the back burner. I guess I did get some reusable sticker paper to do some tests to see which brand I like, to figure out that stuff. Because I did find, I guess I don't know if I told you guys this last time or not, but we were talking about doing sticker books and how the places that print sticker books are ones that I really can't order from with the tariff situation and blah, 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 blah. So I came up with another idea to do sticker books and also kind of differentiate them from the other ones on the market, which is to do custom printed binders and then have 3-hole punched reusable sticker sheets. So you can add more sheets, you can move the sheets around, and the sheets would be bigger than the sticker books that I've seen people selling, which means more big sticks, you know? So I got some sticker paper to try that out. And I will probably make like a design concept and contact a couple of the binder people and see how much those would cost so that I can get like a vague sense of the material cost to see what price point I would be able to sell them at. But there were a couple different kinds of binders from different folks that thought would work. Because there were, I think doing like a craft paper one would fit the vibe, but there were also ones that had like a flap, a Velcro flap, kind of like a Trapper Keeper, if you're old and you know what a Trapper Keeper is. So I think either of those would look really cute. I think because my plan is to use the stamp series that I've done to make like a kind of postcard or a package kind of themed sticker book. So I think the one with the flap would be cute if I made it look like an envelope. And I think the craft paper one would be cute to look like kind of like a package. So I'm considering these things. And maybe I'll be able to actually get that done. Like get the concept done and then can actually order the stuff and have it available next year, I'm thinking. So 2026. Time isn't real. How is your 2026 basically? What the fuck? I also have been working on figuring out packaging for the bug sticker packs once they get there. Because I found somebody who does a 3D printed, like you can buy a file for a 3D printed item that does like the folding for booster packs, basically for like Pokemon cards and stuff. So I would need to resize that and print it. I did talk to one of my friends who is smart with these things, and I would need to scale it up, but I think that size packaging would be fine. So I just need to figure out how to do that. And by do that, I mean I need to ask my friend to help me more. I know, right? It's just time. What the hell, you know? The passage of time, it gets you. I think I need to deepen up the shadow here, actually. So let's do some of that. Excuse you. Cat just sneezed. It's been really smoky out today to the point that I had to close my window because both me and the boy kept sneezing. Rainbow says bless you. He stopped licking his paw and stared into the distance, and then looked at me and squinted his eyes. So I think that means thank you in cat. Probably. Cool. Oh, Discord just shit itself, I guess. Because I just got notifications on my phone when I shouldn't be getting that. Because it's open on my computer. That's what that buzz sound was. I apologize. So everything's breaking today, which is great. Discord's gonna be broken. Then perhaps I just shut Discord. Because I don't really need it open for Fugi if we're not using Fugi. We can ease up some shenanery for my poor laptop. I won't do anything else, actually. I'll just leave it. Not a big deal. Okay. It won't show me as streaming probably on Discord, but that's not a big deal. I really don't think that makes a huge difference. All right, cool. Everything's breaking. Let's go. Maybe that was the problem with Fugi and not Fugi. Or maybe it's both. Who knows? My bet would be that there's some server somewhere that hosts a bunch of shit that just went down. So a bunch of things will get affected all at once. Maybe I want to deepen up the shadows there a little bit. It is always fun to try and figure out if something is borking because my laptop is overtaxed or if something is borking because everything is breaking. I do think that the shadows on the actual banana peel probably need to be a bit more intense as well. Especially like right through here, I think. And after that, I may go over. Oh, I'm sorry, Graham. That sucks. Yeah, the universe likes to fuck with us a lot. You and me both. I was gonna say something. I think after this layer dries, I might go back and add another layer of the bright yellow because it is getting a little dark. Let's do it there. That's what I wanted. I think that matches a little bit better. Ooh, great. Love that. Yeah. Discord is usually pretty good about getting it back up fast, though. They're usually pretty on top of it. When they can be. Sometimes, because everything is so centralized tech-wise nowadays, you can't always do that kind of stuff. Sometimes you have to wait for somebody else to get their shit together first. Okay, that texture is good. DMC, Devil May Cry. Got it. People be abbreviating games, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Do I look like somebody who knows every single abbreviation? Because I sure as fuck don't. Yes, that's how I put that together. Because I knew that much. I think spots on the slug itself, and then adding some more yellow to the banana peel. And then we do the white ink, and then I think perhaps this is done. And then we can move on to another bug. I didn't bring my bug list out here, that's okay. So just do a few more steps here, and then I think we're good. But we can. I need to let this dry a little bit.
Self-care checkpoint. Do you need to take meds? Get some water, some food, take a break or a stretch? Please do so now.
Thank
Thank
you. But we could, Shawnee, if you're able to, or I can do it, make a poll for which one of these guys we should do. Should start next. But you're cooking, I think, so I can also do that. Just let me know. We have our cicada, we have our bagworm, and we have the stick bug. And I know which one I would start with if given my options. Like, if I was just going to do that. But also, I can make you guys make a decision for me. Because, like, one of the things about running small business and being an artist and running a small art business is that you make a lot of decisions all the fucking time, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of making decisions. I hate it. But also, I'm so specific that I can't let anybody else make my business decisions for me. Control issues. I don't know her. Oh, that's no good. Yeah. That has settled in, but like the desire to poke his back is very, very high. He's curled up into a circle on a tortilla. Cicada is the other one. Did I sign both of these already? I think I did. Okay, good. I forget to sign my art a lot. Like, I finish it and I take a photo of it and I scan it. I'm like, I'm done. No, you're not. You need to sign the back. Otherwise, you'll forget for the rest of forever. Served in a tortilla. Mm-hmm. It's a flour tortilla. I don't know where the corn tortilla is, but we have a corn tortilla. I think it's my brother's. I think I took the flour one. Yeah, okay, it is plain. Good. That one may just need to be boosted a little bit. Write that down before I forget. It can be a Tuesday task. Thank you, Shawnee. Everybody vote in the poll so I don't have to make a decision. Please? Thank you. Oh, I love that, Shawnee. A+. No. No. Illegal. Oh, that's fair. They do have, like, it is like a short amount. Yeah, well, you don't have the same power over me you used to, Grim, so. You can't make me make the same kind of decisions. Ooh, excuse me. I could say something right now, but I'm not going to because it would end up with me having to make more decisions. I'm not going to self-report. Oh, looks like Bagworm might win. I actually think I'm going to take a quick break while the poll continues to run. And run to the bathroom. And then do a little stretchy. And then I will come back. That does mean that I'm going to run ads. So don't look at them. Hi, Bewitch! Everybody say happy early birthday to Bewitch. Because Bewitch and Stars have the same birthday. But I am going to run some ads. Don't look at them. You know the drill. We hate them. They're gross. We hate capitalism. Get up, do a little stretch, get a snack, get a drink, look at something that's farther away from your face than your screen. Because that'll be good for your eyeballs. And then we will meet back here. Okay? Okay. Alright, we should be back. Welcome back, everybody. We're back. And I did see that the bagworm won, thanks to Bewitch specifically. So that will be our next one. These can go over here so they're out of the way. Very true, Bewitch. It is witchy. I am so sleepy. This texture. Oh, it doesn't need to go. That's why. I was like, this texture doesn't go down to the bottom. Why is that? Because there's a banana spot there. It's fine. Yeah, if I took a nap, I would never get back to sleep tonight. I've been really bad about like actually falling asleep at a time when I should be falling asleep and then sleeping in to make up for that, and I need to not do that. So I woke up earlier, like when I should be waking up today, which means I'm tired. It has been work for even more work than normal for me to fall asleep the past like month. My brain be spinning its wheels about things that I cannot change. You know how it is. I'm sure. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. I know what kind of people I appeal to. Gotcha. I hope everything went well for your partner. I'm assuming that it did. Otherwise, you wouldn't be hanging out on Twitch, probably. Yeah. Okay. It's time for banana spouts. I need to remember that I want to keep that highlight there. I think I will end up... end up needing to do multiple layers of the brown to get it to a darkness that actually shows up pretty well. Although on camera that's showing up pretty well. We'll see how that looks when it dries, because watercolor does lighten up as it dries. So. Well, you went to the gym, Rainbow. Like, that's your prime napping time. Oh, I could not take a 30-minute nap. Like, I can lay down for 30 minutes, but it's not really a nap. Although maybe that qualifies as a nap to you. I don't know. Just the laying down and not the necessarily sleeping part. Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah, the Rip Van Winkle naps. Yep. I am familiar. That's so funny how that picks up. Greg is home. Hi, Greg. Oh, yeah, that happens to me too. Usually for me, that's just because I'm dehydrated. So if I have some electrolytes, it usually helps. But a good nap will be sucking all of the moisture out of you and turning you into a mummy. Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to darken up the brown on this side so that it reads as shadowed like everything else. But it's easy to do. Just need to remember to do it. Okay. Oh, yeah. I know Bewitched did some Muppets. And they were testing out their new acrylic pens, which were delightful. Mm-hmm, agreed. It's pretty neat. Okay, shadow these guys up down here and add some of the same stripy texture. I will say that I feel kind of bad for Jim Henson because he tried so hard to make puppetry be like an everybody thing instead of a kid thing, and it just like nobody really took to that in general. Like some of us did clearly, but it really kind of ended up the way that he was fearing it would end up, which is very much seen still as like Muppets are for kids kind of a thing, when that isn't really the case. Yeah, the banana would be pretty smelly. I don't really recall a smell of banana slug. Because, like, really they just smell like wet dirt because they've been hanging out in the wet dirt, you know? Yeah, I do feel kind of bad for Jim Henson on that. the flip side of that kind of thing, where somebody was so worried about their career ending up being something, and then it actually didn't end up the way they were fearing, is Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee was so worried that he was only going to be known as Dracula. And, like, if you ask anybody now what Christopher Lee is most known for, almost always it's Lord of the Rings is people's first answer. Or some other similar thing that's a little bit more serious than his depiction of Dracula was. But he would be so pleased that the headline of his death was not about Dracula at all. Yeah, Star Wars. Forgot about the Star Wars one. That's very true. Okay. Which one is Farscape? Is that the D&D one? I only know of that because of that one puppet with the huge badonkadonks. The huge bazoingas. Is that one? Or is that something else? Oh, okay. Shawnee will know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. Because I've seen it in a Tumblr post. Still a little wet, but it's probably gonna be okay. Yeah, I don't know that one. Like, I don't know that I've ever actually heard of it. Because it doesn't really sound familiar to me. Yeah, that's a fair point. He's gonna try to follow you, I think. Oh, maybe not. Yep. Yeah, I think that's bringing the yellow a little closer to where I want it to be for this. Sometimes you can also just kind of like go into things realizing that some of the jokes are of the time and you don't need to like, you know, it's not like a moral choice that you enjoy the show. You're just like, this was a product of the time and I can do better than that, you know? That's fair. Like, obviously a personal choice to if you can do that or not, kind of a thing. But for some things, I can definitely do that. I guess part of it, though, is because I kind of view it through a historical lens. So I have watched many things that are... They aren't great, but they do say a lot about the culture that they were made in, you know? Which can also be valuable information historically and culturally. And if you go back to something that you used to like and you realize that there are a lot of jokes in there that you don't find amusing anymore for whatever reason, it just means that you've grown, you know? So you may have not known when you saw the joke the first time, but now you know, and that's a good thing. Is there anything else I want to do to this? I don't know. Like, we need to do the white ink still. Yeah, yeah. And like sometimes you're up for it and sometimes you aren't and sometimes you will never be up for it. And any of those is perfectly fair. Yeah, exactly. And it really depends on the person too. So... Yeah, the R word has actually been coming back a bit, and I'm not a fan. At the bookstore, I worked with a girl with Down syndrome when that word was very popular. So it was still getting used a lot. And every time I hear that word, I see the look on her face when she saw somebody say it. And yeah, it's not great. And unfortunately, that one is definitely coming back into style, quote unquote, which is not great. Although, to be fair, a lot of derogatory words are coming back into style because of gestures at everything. Yeah, agreed, Shani. There was a friend who I really shouldn't have been friends with for as long as I was, but I asked him to stop calling me a certain word, and he refused to do that and said I was being like too dramatic. And I was like, okay, well, I never want to talk to you again. And he didn't think that I was being serious. I was. I have not talked to him since. Yeah, it's almost like fascism is bad. Unpopular opinion nowadays, I guess, because what the fuck? But, you know. But yeah, personally, being raised in the early 2000s in high school, dyke is one that I really do not like being called, and he refused to stop calling me that. So I refused to talk to him anymore. He was kind of a jerk for other reasons too, but that was the final one for me. Which, like, people using that word as like their own thing is fine, and people can self-identify as whatever. So, like, I use the word queer a lot, but I'm also aware that not everybody likes being called queer for similar reasons. Hi, Sleepy. Yeah, for sure. He still occasionally will text me with his new phone number when he's really drunk. And be like, I guess you aren't in the forgiving mood. And I was like, there isn't anything to forgive. Like, you crossed over a boundary multiple times. And you continue to cross over the boundary every time you try to talk to me. So, like, this isn't a forgive and forget situation, bud. Like, I really told him that I didn't want to talk to him ever again and deleted his number. And he tried to message me like months later. And because I had deleted his phone number already, I was like, based on the area code, I can guess who you are. But if that is you, it means that you weren't respecting my boundaries. So I'm not going to talk to you. He was not pleased about that, but... you know, he doesn't need to be pleased about my decisions. Fuck him. Yeah, for sure. And he definitely tries to follow me on like new accounts, so I had to block him on Blue Sky, kind of a thing. When we all moved over there from Twitter, it's just like, bruh, it's not happening. Goodbye. Yeah, exactly. It's like, how dare you actually stand up for yourself? Yeah, I'm sure I do, Sleepy. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. And, like, it's one of those things where, like, if somebody tells you they don't want to be referred to as that, you just respect it and move on. Like, it shouldn't be some sort of big deal. Just like, oh, I don't like being called Kate. And so sometimes people will try to make some sort of anything with the word Kate in it about me. And I'm like, I really hate being called that. Please don't call me that. And I have never had anybody throw a hissy fit about that. Not once. But for some reason, when you don't want to be called something that you've been called as a slur, people get all up, like, twisted in their panties about it. It's weird. Yeah, I do say queer in general. So I say queer community and stuff like that. And so if you don't want to be included, like if you don't want to be called queer, you don't need to be included in the statements that I'm making about the queer community. But I also will not directly call somebody queer if they don't want to be called queer, kind of a thing. And that goes the same for a bunch of other things. Because believe it or not, sometimes words are triggering. And the Kate thing is like, it's very like relatively silly. Like, it isn't for a like really big serious reason. I dated a guy named Tate when I was in high school, and everybody thought it was really funny to rhyme our names all the time, and I fucking hated it, and they didn't stop. And like, everybody thought it was so funny. And so I had to put up with that for 3 fucking years, and I never want to be called Kate again. Good, Bewitch. That, if that is the most like vile and horrible thing that she can imagine, she has lived a very privileged life. Because like that's toddler school right there as far as insults go, you know? Yeah, for sure, Shani. I think I'm gonna make this shine a little bit more intense in a few places. I kind of want it to block out the black ink a little bit. Like that, I think. Yeah, honestly, if you try and explain something that's going on with you and the other person either refuses to read to it or refuses to respond to you, then they've made their decision and there's no point in trying anymore. Like, if that person isn't going to try at all, then you don't need to try anymore. That's stupid. You don't need to put your effort into somebody who is just not putting any effort into you whatsoever. That's no. Not. I'm going to smooth that down a little bit down here. Yeah. People love to pretend like they're the victim in a lot of things when they just aren't used to being called out on their shit. I have plenty of experience with that lately. I also think this one is like a little too much. Yeah, age is not an indicator of maturity. That is for fucking sure. I think I just put that too close to the edge, so it was looking a little funky. Good for you, Bewitch. Okay, I think our boy looks appropriately moist. I think perhaps this lad is done. I'll let him dry a little bit more and then I'll look at him again. But I think for now, that's looking pretty good. Alright, which means it's time to move on to the bagworm. What the fuck? Yeah, that's crazy. Thank you, RN. I need to pull up my reference photos of the bagworm. Where's the other one that I have? I really need to, like, make a proper folder for all my reference images because it's a mess. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, that is class A. I don't, yeah, that's something I cannot wrap my head around, honestly, which is probably good that I can't wrap my head around that, but thank you, Shadi. The crows. Hello, crows. Yeah, for sure. Because honestly, if your partner would do that, then they wouldn't be your partner anymore. I would think. What's in here? Where is that? Did I not save it? Not you. Don't mind me checking my 35,000 tabs. Don't worry about it. Not that. Not that. Where is it? Where is it? not a huge deal if I can't find the exact same one, but that works. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about me and my tabs. I don't really have 35,000 tabs. I think right now I'm at 72 on my phone. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah. Yeah. I feel that. And like, so I've mentioned that I've read like a lot of self-help books about shitty parents and similar situations and trauma and blah, 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 blah. And something that I have picked up on is that if they can behave for other people, that means they know what they're doing to you. Thanks for the lurk, Sky. Hope you're doing well. And that one kind of slapped me upside the head the first time I heard it, and I was like, ah, right. Cool. Right, Bewitch. People who are like, oh, well, they're your family. It's like, okay, that doesn't mean anything. Because, I won't get into the whole story because it really is not Twitch appropriate. I'd be willing to share that in like DMs or something, or in Discord later if people are really curious. But one of my big trigger phrases is you have to love your family. Because that was told to me when I was trying to tell somebody about a traumatic situation that I should have been taken out of, and I wasn't. So yeah, anytime anybody says something like that, I'm like, nope. That's bullshit, actually. Yeah, Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, okay, if I need to love my family, why aren't they treating me correctly? Why do I just need to accept bad behavior because they can't get their shit together? Why is it only that direction? If it's not a two-way street, why would I do that? Yep. Okay. Planning this. There's gonna be a lot. Yeah, same. Yeah, I feel that, Bewitch. Because it's definitely one of those things, and like there are a few people in chat who know the specific situation I'm thinking of right now. And honestly, I only need to tell people like that, and then everyone's like, I have a sword. May I use it in this situation? So like I could raise a small army if I needed to. Honestly. And those are the people who I know have my back. Yeah. Okay, I need to clean my palette before I do anything else, actually. Cat isn't out here. The spray bottle scares him a little bit, which is fair because I was spraying him when he was being naughty. Yeah, that's totally fair. And good on you for protecting yourself, honestly. Yeah, I know you would, babe. And I don't think it would just be graves. Honestly. I think you would create some to desecrate. Yeah, he was clawing at the furniture a lot when he first got here. He's gotten better about that, or at least he hasn't done it where I can see him. But I did use the spray bottle on him a couple times. He really does not like getting wet, which valid. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Bagworm is kind of brown and tan. My guess would be Cap is having coffee and then like 4 ice cream sandwiches. That would be my guess. And then most of the green is going to be on the logs and the stuff for this. Ooh, nice. Oh my god, Jinx, Shawnee. I have some sorbet in the fridge that I haven't finished yet. I should eat more of that. Does that mean you're going to pick some up when you go to the store? Because I have watched you down ice cream sandwiches, babe. You can't lie to me. We do also have regular vanilla ice cream, so I could also have a root beer float if I wanted to. Or I could have like a Coke float tomorrow if I wanted to. You know. They do, for sure. And yeah, ice cream sandwiches are good, especially the like basic bitch ones. You know, like the plain vanilla and the chocolate cookie that sticks to your fingers. Like, ace. Those are really good. SpongeBob ice cream bars. I sell one of those. Is it this one? No, that's Sonic. Here's Ice Cream Bob. He is not called Ice Cream Bob, but legally distinct sponge ice cream. Yeah. Oh my god, Sleepy, that's wild. Oh yeah, I saw that. That's the one you sent the picture of, Rainbow. I recall. I just happened to describe them the same. Because they are. They're basic bitch ice cream sandwiches, and they're fucking delicious. I forget what I called this one. Maybe I called him Swing Shift. Is the name of this one. Let's see what else we got. We also have Sonic, who is Go Bast. We have Donatello. I don't remember what I called him either. Something like that. And then we have Hot Girl Summer. And you can get a pack of all 4. I love you too. Yeah, these are in my shop. You can buy them. If you get all 4 at once, you get a little bit of a discount. Like, they're cheaper. Oh, yeah, 100%. To the drift compatible comment. We've actually been playing Stardew together. And like we're on point all the time. It's to the point where like Cap will start a sentence and I will like already be doing the thing before he finishes the sentence. Like I will interrupt him and be like, "Yep, on it." Okay, I want to block in some of the colors in the bagworm first, I think. So I need to move that because it's in the way. I think starting with this color actually. I did kind of give him an eye, even though they don't really have a visible eye. But it's just like a spot. It just felt better. And we're gonna have like super mossy logs for most of this, like here. And the like the shingles are kind of based on pine cone. I don't know the right word for those. Pine cone thingamaboppas. That's okay. So the reason I said I wasn't good at Stardew was because I hadn't played before when I joined you and Kuro the first time, which was massively overwhelming, and it made me feel really stupid. And I was like, So I started my own file so that I could learn the controls and figure out what the fuck I was doing, and that's why I'm better at it now. Thank you. Because I legitimately had not played it before. And Cap still every once in a while will say some sort of mechanic or a thing that's in the game, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from? I had no clue. Because, like, I definitely don't look up any guides or anything, even though there are. So I just kind of, like, do my own thing. Like, I didn't talk to, like, any of the villagers at all before the second year. So I was just like, what the fuck ever. I don't care about people. Have a good lurk! And enjoy. Like, I don't care. And yeah, that's totally fair, big right there. There's like a lot going on. And I did feel really overwhelmed with it when I first started, for sure. So there's like, either I can hit like the sweet spot where it feels like it's great to play this game. I'm getting dopamine from finishing tasks. But sometimes it's like there's too many things that I can't choose what I should be doing. And then on the other side, it's like I feel like I'm doing everything and not checking off any of the achievements. And so I feel like I'm on a treadmill and not going anywhere. And it's making me really like depressed. And like if you can't hit the sweet spot, then it sucks. Right, Sleepy? Like, oh, who are you gonna marry? I'm not. Fuck off. Because, like, also something that I really dislike is that you're, like, forced to have a kid if you get married. I don't want to do that. So I won't. Thank you. I will skip that. Okay. Both Sleepy and their land are fertile. Sorry, I'm dedicated to my eggplants, and that is not a euphemism. Like in general, to eat? I really like cauliflower. Because it's like broccoli, but not as gross. Hi, Con. Is Greg not giving you enough attention? I like a good roast cauliflower for sure. I will eat broccoli. It's just not my favorite. I'm not a big broccoli person. Like, I'll eat it. It's just, like, not my choice. Carrots are also really good for surezies. What else? Big fan of bell peppers, especially red bell pepper. I will put bell pepper in basically everything I cook if left to my own devices. Oh, I like both raw and cooked bell pepper. Yeah, carrots just slap, honestly. Parsnips are also really good, although they're technically like a root, like a potato, which isn't really a vegetable, but it kind of is. Oh my gosh, really, Sleepy? I would not have thought of that as like new information. What do I want to do for this? The answer is I really do not like Brussels sprouts, I will say. Not a Brussels sprout person. Maybe a little too yellow. Hi, tomato! Okay, that's better. Just trying to block in color. It doesn't need to be perfect because we can change it as we go, but you need to figure out what the hell I'm doing. That's nice, Shawnee. I like artichoke hearts. Artichokes themselves are like way too much effort. It's the same way I feel about chicken wings, where it's like, why would I work that hard for food? And it's like, not even a lot of food, and it's not even that good. You know? So like, artichoke hearts, yes, love those, especially on pizza. But the rest of it, no thanks. Because like, I have enough trouble getting myself to eat as is. And making it more difficult to get food into me is not going to help the situation. See, I don't, Rainbow. Like, I don't like the taste of meat that's right next to the bone. For sure. So, like, I do not like chicken wings on a number of accounts. Oh, I don't like lobster. I don't like a lot of seafood, honestly. There's some that I like. I like crab because usually, like, crab, it comes in a cake. Crab comes in a cake. I don't need to crack into it at all. You know, somebody has already pulled it all out and seasoned it and made a little cake for me. And then there's tartar sauce next to it. Brilliant. Love that. Oh, Shawnee, I did see that you redeemed the take a progress photo. I'm going to get the base layers on this bug, and then I'm going to do that for this one, because I had just taken a photo of the banana slug. You redeemed it. Well, see, the funny thing is, the major, like, seafood export where my grandma lives is crab. And there was a significant portion of my life where I didn't like crab. Actually, because like one of the standard meals for holidays, like especially around Christmas at my grandma's, was crab thermidor, which is not like crab thermidor on menus. I've never seen anybody else make crab thermidor the way my family does. But basically, you take a big ass bowl and you line it with mashed potato, and then you make a cheese bechamel sauce, and you mix crab into it, and then you pour it into the mashed potatoes, and then you put cheese on top of that and get it crispy on top. Ooh, yeah, what kind of tea? We love tea. And so there is a portion in my life where I did not, like, I refused to eat that for a while, and then I became friends with the crab again. So the crab is actually not related to being Alaskan at all, weirdly enough. But Dungeness crab is like the big thing down there. Yeah, 1 year, like when I was not doing crab, because my cousin also didn't do crab for a while too. My uncle made a mushroom thermidor instead of crab for us. It was so good. Like, he doesn't even remember having made it, but it is on, like, if I could eat another food that I've had in my life again, I would eat that because it was fucking delicious. And I told him that once, and he was like, I made that? That sounds good. And I was like, it was good. Yeah. Yeah, I guess there is one step, and it is crab. For sure. Okay, I need to decide where we are doing moss spots. Here is the next step here. Which I'm going to do by just randomly blopping color onto the paper. We are not going to go at this with any kind of like pre-thought. We're gonna vibe. And it's gonna be great. I do also like fish and chips. For sure. Up here you get a lot of halibut fish and chips. It's very rare to actually find like a cod fish and chip here. Which, again, makes sense because I'm in Alaska, you know? Okay. We're gonna make a nice kind of yellowy greeny slap down for moss bits. And I'm not going to think about it too hard. I'm not going to try to like make things make sense. I'm just slapping color down for a bit. Yeah, pretty much. It's just like, we're just going to do a thing, you know? So I think that overthinking it will lead to it not looking as organic as I want it to look. So we're just going to skip that point. Yeah, I like some seafood, but not all of it. Like, I do not want to eat shrimp. And that one has a really specific story that I've told people before, but I will tell you all again. My mom did this thing for my dad's work called a secretary's luncheon. So when my dad was working in offices, we'd have like a big party once a year for all of the like admin assistants and filers and what have you from my dad's office. And so it was like a big planned thing. And like my mom really liked it because it was like a food puzzle for her. So she had to figure out when she needed to make everything and what all she could make to accommodate everybody's food stuff and blah, 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 blah. And she had a lot of fun with it. But one year we couldn't get pre-shelled shrimp for her shrimp dip, which was a common thing that she made because her mom had made that too. When she had been doing the same kind of luncheon for my grandfather. So I, at approximately 11 years old, peeled and deveined 200 shrimp to help my mother, and I have not eaten shrimp since that. Like, I think there's only so much shrimp poop you can have on your hands before you don't want to eat them anymore, and I hit that limit very early on. Yeah, see? Food. So, yeah. I don't like the shrimps anymore. Yeah, Rainbow can have my shrimp. I don't like scallops either. The rest of my family really likes scallops, but I am not into it. Yeah, see, I'm willing to try anything, and I will retry something if I haven't had it in a very long time. But there are some things that I know I don't like, and I won't eat because I know I don't like them. I did retry Brussels sprouts within recent memory, but that's only because the waitress who told me I needed to try them was really cute. So, yeah, I don't like mussels either. I'll eat a clam chowder. I do not like oysters. I don't really like mussels. I won't eat lobster. Really, the only, like, shellfish I like is crab and clam if you bury it in butter and cream, basically. And there are potatoes in it. Because, like, really, in a clam chowder, you cannot taste the clam. That's not the main event. It just happens to be there. That's hilarious, Shawnee. Yeah, I'm not big on oyster fish sauce either. If I can taste it, it's too funky. I don't like it. Like, I understand what it adds to something if I can't fully taste it. But if I can taste it, I don't like it. Oh no, Amma. That's horrible. I'm so sorry. And that is a really weird punishment. And I would like to slap your father in the face, actually. Yeah, that's, I'm also going to say that kind of thing sounds weirdly familiar to me, which might put some of my, other comments earlier in a different light for some of you. I haven't had red clam chowder. What? Is it just like tomato based instead of like cream based? Yeah, a little bit of oyster sauce in like a stir fry or fried rice is really good. You just need a little bit of it to get the funk in there, but you need not enough to like actually taste like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I thought so, Wib. Chowder, I hardly know her. There you go, Sleepy. Yeah, that's fucked up, Amma. I'm sorry. And again, as I think queer culture as a whole is learning about other people's parents and going, would you like me to steal their kneecaps? I'll do that for you. That's queer culture, I think. Yeah, that's not good. I will say my mom was always really good about food stuff, which I think is part of why I'm willing to try a bunch of stuff, because our rule was you had to try something. And if you didn't like it, once you tried it, you didn't have to finish it. So we were never forced to like finish our plate if we didn't like something or whatever. And my mom would always make a good like alternative for stuff that I didn't like. So if she was making broccoli, she would always make me carrots or something as an alternative so that I was still getting the food that I needed to, but I didn't have to eat the stuff that I didn't like, which I think did help a lot. And even though I did end up with an unhealthy relationship with food for a while, that was not the cause of it. I know what the cause of that was. So I do think that has helped me as an adult feel safe in trying things, because if I try it and it doesn't, and I don't like it or it doesn't work out or whatever, it's not a big deal, because it doesn't like trigger any trauma in me, I guess is a way to put that. Yeah. Sometimes people like that don't actually have logic involved. So trying to figure it out logically just will not work. Yeah, fun. Yeah, right, Bewitch. Fucking wild. There is actually one of the therapy books I read, I think that one was the Body Keep Score, was talking about a therapy technique where you go back like into your memory about a time and have somebody step up for you to save you. I guess it was in 2 different books actually. That one and what was the other one? I don't remember off the top of my head. And so you have somebody who you trust step into a traumatic memory to like save you. And tell whoever was abusing you what little you needed to hear, kind of a thing. Because big you still needs to hear that in general. Which I think is kind of like time traveling to throw hands, but is also a verified psychological technique, you know? Yeah, I know, babe. I know that riles you up. And I guess part of the reason I brought that up is because you can also go back as big you to save yourself in the traumatic memory. And sometimes that helps, you know? Yeah, honestly, Shawnee, there are a lot of people I'm coming for. Yeah, see, that's fair. But I think that the kind of thing that Timey, I always forget, is talking about where kids are forced to eat and are therefore punished and put in a stressful situation. Yeah, that shit'll fuck you up, man. And I think that's the same kind of situation a lot of us who had undiagnosed ADHD when we were younger and were sat and forced to finish our homework when our brain refused to latch onto it because we were too bored, and so our brain was actually not functioning. It's the same kind of situation. Where it stresses you out long term, and it really gives you a traumatic reaction to stuff that should be vaguely normal, right? So sitting down to eat or doing your homework or sitting down to, write something. And it just sets off a panic in your head because you feel stuck because that's how you were back then. It's not good. It's not good. And it doesn't help. Like, it's never a solution. Oh yeah, that's for sure like a little kid thing to do. It's just like, I don't want to eat this thing. I want to eat the thing that's fun, Which, valid. Me too, bestie. Yeah, that's fucked up, Shawnee. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. Well, I mean, that's because you provide a safe food environment for her, Cap. We've had this discussion before, but that's why. Yeah, exactly, Bewitch. Dinnerful and Cookieful are 2 different situations for sure. And like honestly, sometimes, especially if I realize that I've waited too long to eat, so I'm kind of like wobbly and weird. I will have dessert first so that the sugar can actually like bump up my blood sugar enough that I feel better to eat, and then I will eat the actual food. So sometimes it is like a good choice for realsies. Oh, he's in the box, everybody. He's gone into the box. He's laying down in the box. I put the box from the Squishmallow that BP got me in the living room for the cat. And I put one of his fuzzy, well, it's not his. I put a fuzzy blanket in there because they're the ones that he likes to make him kind of like a bed. And he's in there right now sleeping. It's adorable. Yeah, Bewitch's cool aunt kind of parental influence. Yeah, for sure. Like, you are allowed to make your own decisions, you know? As an adult, you know what's going on. Okay, some of that is still wet, but I'm gonna put a base layer of yellow ochre down for the wood. Yeah, exactly. Served your time. Do you think I will go over the green again with some more yellow? Probably. Because the highlights for the moss really should be yellow. It will look better. And I do love making some moss. It has to be said. Yeah, for sure. I will also say that I have made an argument that oatmeal cookies count as breakfast because there's oatmeal in them. Which again, I think I'm more in cool aunt territory for a lot of a lot of kids stuff. Which is also part of why I don't particularly want to birth any kids of my own. And now I can't. It's because I don't know. I don't want to be in charge of a whole ass person, you know? Yeah, I love an oatmeal scotchy. Very tasty. I think I'm going to do the wood tiles a darker brown. Or the shingles, I guess is a more appropriate word. Yeah, exactly. I literally can't. For anybody who doesn't know, I don't have a uterus anymore. We got that removed this year. Like, someone could theoretically take my genetic material to do something with, but I will not be birthing anything. Thank you. I do not have the correct equipment anymore. Ah, good. Yeah. I'm glad. And honestly, like, part of the reason that I pushed to get it this year was because of gestures at the political sphere in the US. And I knew that those rights were probably going to get taken away pretty soon, so I figured I should go through and get that done before, you know, the general shenanery and rights removal. Which I wish that I was not being proved correct about that. I wish that I was wrong, but nope. So I'm glad I got that done. That's one less thing to worry about in general. Because it's not like they can put it back in me. Yeah, for sure. Nah. I mean, for people who don't know, my original career plan when I hit college was to be an elementary school teacher, which I love working with kids. I just don't want any of my own, you know. And I decided I couldn't do that because one of the things about being a traumatized kid is that you can smell it in other children. And, like, there is so little recourse to actually help the kids when you see how their parents are hurting them that I knew it would have destroyed me. I couldn't do it. I could not be a foster parent either, honestly, for the same reason. Like, I would love to be able to help kids like that, but I'm not stable enough emotionally myself to be able to. For sure. Yeah. Yeah. I love interacting with kids. I love giving kids fun presents. I love getting to hear their weird little stories, and I love getting to see them make art, and I love like watching them exist. But I added you like earlier this week, I think, Wib. Like on Friday. When I was going through, I was like, actually, Wib has made me a bunch of art. Wib deserves VIP. But yeah, unfortunately, we live in a society that traumatizes kids that are different and doesn't give anybody recourse to really help with that in a lot of instances. Yeah, exactly. I always said I like kids as long as I can give them back when I'm done. That was my whole shtick. Because I do really like working with kids, and I did work with kids a lot because I was planning to be a teacher. So I did do a lot of like assistant teaching, and I shadowed in a couple classrooms and stuff like that. Counseled at a bunch of summer camps. I babysat a lot, that kind of stuff. So like I enjoy working with kids. I like hanging out with kids, but I also think we could do a lot better by them. Yeah. I am impressed by people who can do that for sure, but I definitely am not, like, aside from my living situation, I'm definitely not in a mental state where I could handle that and actually come out of it okay, you know, which is a disservice to everybody involved. Okay. Yeah, I mostly, like, I was aiming to work with, like, first and second graders. Because, I don't know, they're, like, such a nice age then. Like, they're still very focused on, like, loving every single adult they come into contact with, but they're also figuring out, like, who they are. So you get to see them figure out, like, what their personality is and, like, what their real favorite color is and that kind of stuff. That's really nice to watch. I will do a stretchy. Me realizing I didn't cover that. And
Show me your hand.
I almost said ink. That is not the correct word. Okay. Stretchy. Hams. And had we.
Hey, pause what you're doing for a sec. I want you to know that while it can be difficult to see your own progress, know that I see how hard you're working, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you. And thank you for bapping me. Yeah, those alerts are quiet. I will need to... those. I already wrote it down. But I think perhaps the volume got reset when I had to redo the entire OBS.
Does it feel good? Huh?
Because that one's loud enough, I think. It could be a little louder, but it's not as quiet as the other ones. It was you. It was the long one, too. It's too much oiters. Calm down. Okay. Do you think that I can feel my brain hitting the limit? Yeah, we love silly peanut butter baby. For sure. So I think I'm probably gonna get the flat color down for the roof shingles. And then I think I'm gonna call it and find somebody to raid. Because I can feel my brain slowly liquefying. I do think that Goose is live today. We could go bother Goose. Because Linda isn't going to start by the time I end. But you should go hang out with Linda later. Yeah, cool. I thought so, but I wasn't 100% sure. Cool. Thank you, Shawnee. Thank you. Yeah, visit Linda later. We love Linda here. Oh, all good, Tomato. Thanks for the lurk. And I hope your spoons are recovered soon. Oh, sweet. We must burrito tomato for ultimate cozy. A borkrito? What would the dog equivalent be? Like, cats is purrito. But what would a dog be? Hi, Doodle! Puppito. That does also just mean tiny puppy, right? It would just be little puppy. Because the Edo would be small. Yeah? Am I remembering that right? Enchihuahua. That's great. And very difficult to say. Yeah, true. Yeah, there we go. So it is also kind of burrito, but perito. I say in my super white girl voice. Quesadago. Would that need to be like pressed though? Like flat doggo? Enchihuahua bababa. Yeah, exactly. Okay, is there anything else I want to do to this so that I remember stuff for next time? I don't think so. I am going to write down that I want to add more yellow to the moss, though, on my random little sheet here. I have just like a regular ass pen. I have a pencil that will work. Yeah. Okay. You want to like actually work? I can hear that you have lead in you. Can you like, please? Yeah, I need to be like a panini, I think. I need to be squished. There we go. All right. Written down. Will I actually see that next time? Different question altogether. We'll discover. And I will take a better photo of this before I wander off. And then I can, I don't know, go play a silly app game for 20 minutes until my brain recongeals. You know. Thanks, Shawnee. Glad y'all came to hang out. I do enjoy having to talk with my friends. Okay, I did paint the banana, so I can check that off. I still need to post it. Yeah. Me not being able to read my own handwriting. Like, what the fuck does that mean? I remember now. Let me switch over to the ending screen, which is also going to have that, which I can get rid of. Man, that makes me want a cheese and bean burrito from Taco Bell, honestly. Shawnee. We used to have, like, back when I was in, like, elementary school, there was a once a month special Taco Bell day where really it was just a bean and cheese burrito and everything else was also usual lunch stuff. But that was a big day. Big day when you got the bean and cheese Taco Bell burrito. I think Spotify just decided to shit itself too. Cool. You're just gonna get shut down and we'll just sit in silence for a bit. Nice to see you too, Tomato. Yeah, good to see y'all. Let me get the other stream up and such so that I don't forgore. I mean, I will forgore something undoubtedly, but muted a tab. Oh, I do. For most of my like usual streamers, I have little shortcuts on my homepage. And I was like, do I have one for Goose? I do. All right, so Shawnee has put the raid commands in chat. The first one has emoji that you can use anywhere on Twitch, no matter your subscription status. The second one has an emote that you can use if you are subscribed to my channel. So please copy and paste to the one that is relevant to you. Thanks for hanging out. Good chat day. We got a banana done. Hopefully we can get the bagworm like really solidified and or done next time, which will be on Wednesday. Wednesday at 12:30 Pacific time. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being nicest to me. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Remember that you're loved because I love you. And if you can't take care of or be kind to yourself or yourself, please do so for me because I think you're awesome and deserve nice things, including for yourself, even on the days when it's really hard. So let's work on being kinder to ourselves and each other. And then we can meet up back here for a top up or a bitch session or threatening to steal parents' shins. You know, whatever floats our boats that day. All right? So I will see y'all soon. Okay, goodbye.